So this is the reason I stay away from areas where people frequent. Doesn't matter if it's state federal parks, doesn't matter if it's wilderness areas, or if it's private property. Where people frequent, this is what you tend to find. Now this I literally gathered up this morning in an hour just by walking this general area and picking it up and walking it over here and putting it in a pile. I was carrying some in a plastic bag, but it got to the point where I realized there's so much here that I'm just going to fill this bag up. So whatever I could get close to this pile, I just kept bringing it in, and piling it up. In 1 hour, this is what I collected. I'm going to go further out and I'll continue filling up my bag. But you can probably see very clearly why I tend to stay away from parks, and I stay away from areas where hunters, fishermen, hikers, campers, etc. go into. When I do a bug out, I like to get away from that. This is not something I want to deal with out in the woods. Here's yet another example, another bug out area where people do everything wrong. They've cut down a large tree right next to their bug out spot. Large trees knocked down all over, big fire pit, and it's totally trash. There's just trash everywhere. These are obvious things that you want to avoid doing in a bug out situation. Here and there I'm finding these little paintballs on the ground. This is definitely another area I want to avoid. Teenagers, paintballers, people just out in the woods doing whatever. I want to avoid any signs of human activity where they're leaving trash and where they're going to bother me. If I can find a place where no activity is, better for me, better for them. Wow. So the ash was actually out to here. You can see it fell off as I walked up, but the ash was that long. Somebody threw a lit cigarette here and it actually burned about an inch, inch and a half, and you can see came darn close to starting a fire here. Okay, so just walking in this general area, I managed to gather up quite a lot of bones here. What's troubling to me is this. So you're wondering why this concerns me. You might think, well, maybe this was a hunter shot this deer, took it home, butchered it, cut the antlers off, and brought the body back and dumped it in the woods. Not where I found it. Where I found this, it makes no sense for any hunter to kill a buck, take it home, remove its antlers, butcher it, and then bring the carcass back and drag it into the woods. It's just way out of the way. It doesn't make sense for a hunter to do that. They're not going to do that. What happened here probably is a poacher took this deer, took the antlers, and left the entire carcass, which I found the bones of an entire deer scattered in the woods. Left the entire carcass, all they took was the antlers, and they took the antlers because what they do is they take the antlers and they sell them to people or taxidermists who will mount the antlers on a doe's head and neck. So it looks like somebody who shot a doe actually shot a buck, and they can hang that on the wall and they have their little trophy. These things do happen. Me personally, I don't want to be in any woods where even a hunter is to do my bug outs or hikes or anything. I don't want to be in the woods with another human being who has a gun, personally, unless I know them. And especially if it's a poacher. Because if you're in the woods where they are, you're a problem to them, and you don't want to be a problem to anyone who has a gun in the woods. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this. Hopefully I can get out some more videos concerning things like bones and finds in the woods, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. Anyway, choose your bug outs carefully, know what to avoid, and know what not to do. Peace.